Good morning, NAWBO Nation. Margaret here
Hi.
with Becky and Lisa. We are so excited to be with you on this final morning of our 45th birthday celebration. We are excited, delighted. We've been really amazed by all the outpouring of just congratulations, NAWBO, and wow, like this organization has meant so much to us, and I've never really even expressed it. And so we want to hear what this organization has been to you, and that's really why we did the birthday the way we did. Everybody has had a chance to exercise their NAWBO voice and tell us about their experiences, because you matter. You are this organization. You are the NAWBO Nation.
Yeah.
So I want to kick it over to Lisa first. And Lisa, thank you so much for being here. Becky, this morning, I'm on the West Coast. Becky's on the East Coast. But a lot of times I'm up really early with her in her morning. And then a lot of times she's up really late her time. So it's like, are we working East Coast or West Coast, or
it blends,
0 hours? But anyway, she said we should invite some people. And so we were so excited to recruit you, Lisa. So tell us, what has this birthday meant to you, or what do you want to share with the NAWBO Nation?
Sure. I've just loved watching everything evolve this week. It's been so exciting, whether it's been Facebook Lives or Zooms, all of the chatter on social, which is really cool. I've loved the fact that I follow a whole bunch of our chapters on social, and I love seeing all the Instagram posts from chapters about the 45th birthday, the 45th anniversary of our organization. You know, it just goes to underscore that we are local chapters with a national footprint, right? We get the best.
Oh, yeah. I love that thing. Yes.
Yeah. And, you know, from being a member in Buffalo, Niagara, my chapter, to serving on the President's Assembly Steering Committee for a few years, and now being on the national board, I feel so privileged to be able to see all of our chapters and how hard everyone has been working. You know, I have to give a shout out to our chapter leaders all across the country. They have so seamlessly transitioned to virtual platforms. You know, I'm sure it wasn't seamless in the background, right? Anyone who does the work, right?
Yeah.
You know, like we're sweating bullets, and it can be frustrating, but all of our leaders, and how cool that they reached out across chapters, across states, to invite colleagues, right? Like hashtag NAWBO Sisters. And so it's been super fun to be able to attend some other chapter events in addition to all the NAWBO national virtual events that have been so beautifully put together these last few months.
Oh my gosh, Lisa, I'm right there with you. I have been to so many New York City events. And it's just, you know, it's like,
I was at the Fireside Chat on Friday afternoon.
Oh, okay. And I'm doing their small business summit on Tuesday. I just registered for it today, and I'm really looking forward to it. I went to several different, you know, events of chapters all across the country, and I think that's been very powerful and eye-opening, Lisa. It's like we do not need to confine ourselves to our region.
That's absolutely right. You know, and it's so funny that you started this live talking about, you know, West Coast, East Coast, because we see that, you know, in our businesses. If we do business across the country, we see it, you know, in the committees we serve on for the organization, right? And we're always looking to make sure that we can overlap in a kind and meaningful way, you know, depending on if we're East or West Coast. But the same thing can be said for chapters. You know, my chapter, for example, has always done evening events, and it's so cool coming on at 10 o'clock in the morning and getting content, or lunchtime.
Oh, yes.
Right?
So where do we go? So where do I go to find other chapters events? Should I go to their Facebook page? How are you guys finding these different local events to connect with?
How are you, Lisa?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. I find Facebook is super duper helpful. I think many of our chapters are on Facebook. I sometimes go to the events page at NAWBO.org because we've got a calendar that some, not all chapters will, infuse their events on that event calendar. And I love NAWBO.org, especially for chapter leaders, because it has so many resources there that, sometimes we forget. That's a great sort of library. But also Instagram. Like, I've been really surprised at how much content in terms of, where you can go. And Instagram's not always the easiest because you don't always have a live link to click.
My 13-year-old is teaching me all about Instagram, so I learned everyone.
Yeah. So I think it's been really cool. And I love the fact that our chapters are being so generous with their time, and everybody's working so incredibly hard, right? Chapter boards, chapter members, we've just finished the membership recruitment period, and all of our membership chairs across the country. This is a difficult time. It can be challenging, but how cool this birthday week to see so many new faces,
lots of new faces
on our lives.
Yeah,
right?
It's really cool. Yeah,
that was super cool. Yeah, I was on the other day. My time, it was late morning, like an 11 o'clock. And I think, Margaret, you were asking people about their first, what was their first event, or what do they remember the most? And there were several women who said, this is kind of my first event, right? It's super cool that this can be the introduction, even though in our country we're going through a challenging time. It just says so much about how we all support each other, and we're there for each other in this organization.
Yeah, for sure. And I just want to say, before I forget, that tonight is the installation of the 2 NAWBO boards, installation of our C6 board, which is our membership side of the organization. And then we have a C3 foundation, the NAWBO Institute, and the Institute board will be installed tonight. So I will put the link to register for the virtual installation in the show notes, the comments here. And everyone's invited to join us and celebrate with us tonight. So please be there. And we're going to recognize all of our outgoing and incoming chapter presidents as well. They've really stepped up and been incredible this year. So we want to thank them because they are definitely the boots on the ground in each local community. So thank you so much.
For sure.
Awesome. And Becky, we're having that issue that we had earlier this week because I shared the original birthday gift link, which for some reason Facebook just cancels it out. It works on everything, and it actually works on your mobile phone, but not on your desktop. Can you please find me that link? You know which one I'm talking about, the one you fixed? And we will get that up.
Yeah, so I know.
Thank you so much.
Let me see. I think I'm going to do it after this is over because I don't want to mess up the different Facebook things.
Yes.
I'm not like you. So when this is over, I'll post the information and I'll post the link for the birthday party table.
Thank you so much. No, this is all good stuff. We announced all 4 winners of the Southwest vouchers. Yesterday was our final day. And so today we're doing the laptop. We're doing the WBC registration. And also we are announcing that all of our members and supporters who stopped by the NAWBO gift table and left a gift of $250 or more, they will be receiving an amazing NAWBO piece of jewelry. I'll post a picture later on today. So
I heard that was in the works, but I wasn't sure if it was going to happen. I was crossing my fingers. So this was exciting because we're all loving NAWBO swag.
Well, it was just kind of like, what do we do with them? And, how do we, we want to appreciate people. And so it's like, let's do that. So we will be doing that. And so if you've already given and you're like, oh my gosh, I only needed to give another $50, do it. It'll be the same.
We'll but early next week and we'll get
and so that will end. I'll have to put a date on that. And so I need to just double check with the team to see what our last date will be for that incentive. But thank you all for your time, your resources that you put into this organization. We've seen a lot of familiar faces on every single live and Zoom, and it matters that you're there. It matters that you're tried and true, and your enthusiasm spreads. And I also want to say that what you do, sometimes it might be a little feel like it's thankless, or it's like behind the scenes and nobody knows. It's like us here at NAWBO HQ, we know, like Becky said, you're the boots on the ground. We know that you are working. We know that like everything that you do matters. And I think I used to be the type of person that's like, why aren't we doing this? Why aren't we doing that? And it's like, we all have so many ideas, right? And so many things that we want to do, but we just don't have enough hands. We need more hands.
Step up, raise that hand.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I have to say, it's so rewarding, right? You know, many of us feel as though we have the challenge of our businesses and our homes and our families. But to have that collegiality, to have that sisterhood, and to know people, not only in your local community, but around the country, have your back. Like, I know I can count on certainly more than two hands, women across the country I could call with a question or if I had a challenge, and they'd be there for me. And that is such a dividend that's paid when you raise your hand and you say, sure, I want to get involved. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I totally.
I felt that even from the staff side, you know, just things that we're doing for NAWBO. I know, you know, who to reach out to. And then also on a personal level too, you know, things that my kids go through or issues that I, you know, wrestle with myself or decisions I'm making. You know, I've got this amazing group of women that have a wealth of knowledge and leadership and, real world experience, and they're so willing to help out any way they can. So it's a blessing in a lot of ways. So thank you, NAWBO.
Hey, agreed on everything. It's kind of bittersweet that it's Friday, and this week has like flown by, but not flown by. It's kind of weird. But it's been a lot of fun. And today we are going to have one more Zoom where we'll all meet and gather, and that's going to happen at 2 p.m. Eastern. And we're just going to talk about more NAWBO, and we want to hear from you. We want to. Yesterday, we not only did we reminisce, but we also, to those members who are just starting their NAWBO journey, we asked them, what do they aspire to be? So some people said, I want to be on the national board, or I want to be in the NAWBO circle. And it was just really great. And it's a safe place to dream. And it's a place where like you have the support to get where you want to go. Is that not true? So, and I just want to let everyone know that I updated the birthday link. So that is here in the show notes, and it's also here in the comments. So again, thank you, Elizabeth, for telling me that. So, okay, so this is the agenda. 2 o'clock Eastern time, we have our final Zoom together. And then at 6 o'clock Eastern time, we have the president installation. And then right after that, we'll be back here on Facebook Live with our newly installed national chair and the institute chair, along with our amazing NAWBO CEO, Jen Earl. And Becky and I will be back to make sure
we didn't miss it.
Yeah, we won't miss it.
Yeah, and then today is another special day. So Margaret, I know you're going to say a few words about today being Juneteenth and what that means to our NAWBO members and just our community at large.
Yeah, no, it's important that we commemorate it. So we are going to, right after this Facebook, we have a social media post going out. And we also are providing a link where you can learn more about the history of Juneteenth. And we are just so excited to be on. We are part of the change. We are the change that we want to see in the world. And I love being a part of this organization. I've always felt so welcomed here. And it's just been, this is a place where all of us can come and grow our businesses and go as big as we want, right, ladies?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yes. And so it's important that everyone, all of our NAWBO sisters and future NAWBO sisters of color know that this is a place, this is their safe place, this is a place where they can come, flourish, and be supported. So awesome.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I think that's it. Enjoy today. Do what you have to do in your business and in your life, but definitely join us for all of these events. If for nothing else, just to kind of let your mind go and just enjoy the celebration.
Exactly.
So thank you, Lisa.
Thank you for joining us today. You're
it's been so much fun to be with you, ladies. Thank you. See you in a couple of hours.
Yeah, a couple hours. All right.
We'll see
Thank
y'all.
you, Becky. Okay. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye, ladies.
Bye.